Your Royal Highness Prince Faisal Al Saud, Minister of Education, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Your Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Abdullah, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to be with you today to discuss what I believe is a paramount issue in today's globalized world. I meant the appreciation of culture and religious diversity. Cultural and religious diversity constitutes one of the main characteristics of Lebanon's social fabric and national identity. Religious belonging plays an important role in forming the Lebanese citizens' personalities, shaping their ideas and behavior, and impacting relations among individuals in public life. The Lebanese Constitution reaffirmed the respect for the spiritual dimension and religious diversity by guaranteeing the freedom of belief and the state's respect for all religions and confessions. Indeed, the Constitution concludes by saying no legitimacy to any authority which contradicts the Coexistence Pact. The Constitution considers religious plurality an integral part of the Lebanese social contract and ensures the freedom to express this plurality religiously and educationally. The wealth of this diversity and the interaction of its components became part of Lebanon's popular experience in coexistence, the management of public affairs, religious official holidays, common values, heritage, and religious tourism, all of which rendered Lebanon a model among other countries in building a national entity and a unifying culture based on diversity and the will to coexist. This national reality is in conformity with international pacts. In fact, the World Declaration of the UNESCO on Cultural Diversity considers it a source of exchange, renewal, and innovation, and deems its existence necessary for the human race. Therefore, UNESCO commends policies fostering social cohesion and peace by ensuring every citizen's participation and interaction in a civil society, regardless of his/her belonging. In its report on education for the 21st century, the UNESCO states that education shall be a lifelong process whose key objectives is living together and building relations with different individuals and groups. Moreover, Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights affirms everyone's right to education and highlights the global education message, which aims at developing the person's character, promoting rights and freedom, as well as understanding tolerance and friendship among all nations and ethnic or religious groups. Given the above, education on coexistence in Lebanon constitutes a natural and inevitable response to its constitutional laws and one that conforms to international pacts and spiritual values that promote human development and civilization. It provides young generations with the ability to live in a globalized world that boasts growing relations and interaction among people. It also constitutes an important strategic objective to resolve the dangerous consequences of wars and the detrimental effects which internal conflicts have on cohesion among Lebanese citizens and their belief in their nation. In fact, the Lebanese society's memory is still fraught with images of confessional violence and fanaticism. Abusing citizens' religious feelings contributes to political and partisan mobilization, promoting closed confessional and sectarian mentalities, thereby spreading collective fanaticism at the expense of citizen partnership and coexistence. Accordingly, the importance of education on coexistence becomes necessary and incorporates public religious education, as well as education on citizenship and individual rights. It entails building youth capacity to handle religious diversity and understand it in the special Lebanese context, as it is part of the common national heritage and one of the factors that reinforce the sense of belonging to a unifying national entity. Education on coexistence also involves developing common citizenship values that carry this cultural and religious diversity and highlights its spiritual roots and global human dimensions to deter confessional mentalities and rigid fanaticism. The Lebanese education curricula rests on general principles with human and intellectual aspects that state the following: belief and commitment to Lebanon, the land of freedom, democracy, and justice consecrated in the Lebanese Constitution and engraved in Lebanese laws. belief and commitment to human values and principles that respect and value the human mind and call for education, work, and ethics. Awareness that Lebanon's spiritual heritage, represented in monotheist religions, is precious and shall be preserved and promoted as a model of spiritual and intellectual interaction and openness, contrary to racial and religious discrimination. And commitment to the national culture while maintaining openness towards global cultures, human values, and historical developments, bearing in mind that this commitment is a positive contribution towards developing and enriching global cultures. Believing in the role of civil society organizations can play in shaping the image of the other, the ministry finalized partnerships with several organizations and institutions working in public schools to start activities that develop the three dimensions of citizenship: national belonging, civil participation, and human partnership, and worked on the citizenship education for religious diversity. Moreover, the ministry recently celebrated the launch of the National Charter on Religious Diversity and Inclusive Citizenship Education that shall form the basis of approaching citizenship in its different dimensions through education. Religious diversity and inclusive citizenship education is neither new nor strange in Lebanon. The foothold of prophets and saints whose constitution consecrated public freedoms, particularly the freedom of belief, practice of religious rights, and respect for different opinions. In spite of this wealth that we have gained through our education, curricula, and culture, we are facing nowadays the negative winds that blow in the world, impacting our Lebanese youth, and we are in dire need of rethinking religious diversity concepts and linking them to citizenship so that they may remain a source of wealth and advancement rather than a reason for division. In order for this charter to succeed, the ministry defined its work streams taking into consideration the following points: provide early instruction pertaining to the principles of this charter, develop socioeconomic projects locally and encourage student participation in order to refine and strengthen coexistence skills, encourage students to volunteer given its positive impact in abolishing prejudice and social and cultural confinement, benefit from the civil service degree in schools, encourage students to play a positive role in implementing the principles of democracy and provide them with opportunities to discuss them at school, given their impact on affirming the concepts of unity, diversity, and coexistence, and activate educational clubs and educational institutions, given their importance in citizenship education and affirming civil behavior. This charter takes into consideration all the issues that we raised and relies on philosophical concepts and recommendations that encompass all education sectors, starting with students and parents, through teachers, schools management and educational curricula, to media, which play an important role in building society's culture. This is a charter that was signed in Arabic, and this is a charter that was signed in English. Thank you.